Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine. I love all things Disney and that is mostly what I talk about on this channel. So if that's something you're interested in or you're getting ready to plan your next Disney vacation and you need a little bit of advice, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon because it notifies you as to when I upload a new video. So today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different. When you get ready to plan a Disney vacation, you learn that it's expensive. It's very expensive to go to Disney, especially for most middle-class families or lower middle-class families. It can be quite a pull, and it takes a bit to save up for it. So I decided to make a video on ways that I make extra money that I put towards my Disney Vacation Savings Fund. So this is just some money that I keep to the side that's strictly for Disney vacations. So how do I earn a little bit of extra money to pay for vacations? Now, this also just works in general in life. These are things that I've been doing for years, like 4+ years. So I would recommend them if you just need a little extra money. But on this channel, we talk about Disney, so it helps you spend or earn money to spend at Disney. So here we go. One of the first, most underrated resources I think that there is for people is selling on Facebook Marketplace. This has exploded over the past like 2 years, I would say. Before Facebook Marketplace, I would use apps like OfferUp and LetGo, but I feel like Facebook Marketplace has really become like my main focus, and I feel like where I'm located, because I'm like right outside a city, and I'm kind of in between like 3 states, like I'm in between Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. I'm very lucky where the range for me is better on Facebook Marketplace. You just put things on there to sell that you have around your house that you're not using anymore, and you get cash for them. So it's really easy. Like, you just take a couple pictures, you type up what you're selling, and you post it. Now, if you want to go a little bit further than that, if you go to local thrift stores like Goodwill, or whatever you have around you, Salvation Army, things like that, sometimes you can find things like furniture or clothing. Not that I would necessarily recommend selling clothing on Facebook Marketplace. There are better outlets for that, which I will get into later. But like home goods, things like that, things that you find for relatively cheap, you can take them, purchase them at a Goodwill, and then flip them on Facebook Marketplace. I've definitely done this with furniture and like glassware, things like that, that I don't want to ship via the other ways I earn an extra bit of income. But Facebook Marketplace is a great way to clean your house, get rid of some stuff, flip stuff, and even if you're looking to buy some stuff for your vacation, check that out too. But Facebook Marketplace is a great way to earn a little bit of extra income. Now, another local way you can earn money is by cleaning out your closets and selling them to Platos Closet, selling your items to Platos Closet and Once Upon a Child. I find that it is best with Platos Closet to be selling them items that are like no older than 2 years old. But you can do the same concept where you go to a Goodwill or Salvation Army and you find trendy clothes or things that you know your Platos Closet will sell. Sometimes it helps to call them, ask them what they're looking for, things like that. And you can go to a Goodwill, purchase those items, and then go flip them. Now, be very careful because Platos Closet only offers you between like $1 and $3 or $4 per item. So you really want to watch what you're buying. I'm going to tell you this. I resold women's fashion for 4 years. I still do it as a part-time side gig to what I'm doing now. But there are so many resources on YouTube and online of people who resell clothing. The biggest name I would say in the reselling community is Nicole State. So I would definitely recommend checking out her videos if you're interested in selling clothing as a side hustle. But it does help you bring in a little bit of cash if you sell to places like Platos Closet and Once Upon a Child. Once Upon a Child, I find I get a little bit more money for, not per item, but I end up with them accepting more items than Platos Closet. I find Platos Closet to be a little more finicky. If you were in the like Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana region, there's another store called Clothes Mentor. I've heard of the store Buffalo Exchange out when I lived in California. All of those are like resale places that you can bring your clothing to and they'll give you cash. So it gives you a little bit of extra money for your vacation. So instead of selling locally, also you can sell online. This is kind of the same concept that I was talking about with reselling clothing. So you can sell whatever on eBay. You can sell clothing, you can sell home goods, you can sell houseware, you can sell things you have around the house. Just keep in mind that you do have to ship those items. So when you're putting items up for sale, make sure you're including your shipping costs in those. Like I said, there are a ton of resources on reselling online, so definitely go check those out if this is something you're very interested in. But I'm just giving you ideas as to what you can look into to earn extra income. Also online, a huge platform that's definitely emerging in the selling clothing world is Poshmark. Now, Poshmark is what I sell on exclusively right now. I used to sell on eBay as well, but eBay, at the volume I was at, I was required to pay a monthly fee, and since I am transitioning businesses, I no longer sell there, but Poshmark is incredible. I love selling on it. It is free to list. The only catch with this is make sure that you share your closet if you are selling on Poshmark. If you're not sharing your closet, you're not going to make sales. But I can tell you, for example, this week alone, I sold 6 items and I made almost $100. I was just under the $100 mark. So it really does work, and I recommend it. It literally takes me maybe an hour a week. So what I'll do is I'll photograph a few items one day, and then I will list one item a day and relist a few items in my closet. And that takes me about 15 or 20 minutes a day. And like I said, that brought me in an extra $100 a week. That's $400 a month. And a year I've paid for a Disney vacation with that alone. So I definitely recommend Poshmark to people who are looking to make a little extra money. And on the app side, there is also Mercari and Vinted, I think, or Vendu, or I can't remember the name of it because I don't use it. But Mercari is another great one. Mercari lets you sell clothing and like home goods, houseware, electronics, things like that. But again, keep in mind, you usually have to ship on those. There is an option to sell locally on those apps, but most people are shipping items. So those are some ways online that you can earn money through reselling. So this is just through like reselling different stuff or stuff around your house that you no longer use. You can also do what a lot of people did especially during COVID and all of that, is a lot of people started their own small businesses. The only thing with this that I would say is don't go crazy investing a ton of money into a small business that's going to be a side hustle. Now, if this is something that in the long run you would like to make your permanent occupation, invest the money if you have it. Don't go nuts. I can tell you, for example, I started my first Etsy shop about a month and a half ago. I love it. It's definitely the business direction I am going into. But my startup costs, because I had to buy an expensive like Cricut machine, my whole startup cost was $500. That was okay, this is what I'm setting to start my business. This is not the first business I've started, and it's not the first business I've run, so I'm not really concerned about not being able to make it in the long run. Right now, it's a little bit of a struggle, but that's because I'm 1 month in. I was doing my other business for 3.5 years. So I know it takes time. I have the patience, and I recommend it to anyone who's creative, who wants to start a side business. You don't need to buy a Cricut machine to sell on Etsy or to start your own business. And there's so many resources online to have an online business and to work from home. There's not only Etsy, there is Shopify that you can use, and then Amazon. Amazon is a great resource. You have to apply for, if you're making like handmade goods like you would on Etsy, you have to apply for that, and then you can sell on Amazon. But another way you can sell through Amazon is through Amazon's FBA program. So that is a program essentially where you go out and you find items again. So you can go to Goodwill, you can go to bargain outlets, like Ollie's Bargain Outlet's a great option. And you scan items and you see what they're selling for on Amazon. You can just literally use your phone. You can scan an item, and if it's cheaper in the store, and you can purchase them and then sell them to, or you don't sell them to Amazon, you send them into Amazon and Amazon sells them for you. You earn a cut of that. So just keep in mind, if you're thinking about doing Amazon FBA, there are again a ton of people online who do it. There's a ton of resources. I would definitely check out the reselling community. It's a great community to be a part of. They give you tons of tools, tips, tricks, things like that. But also just keep in mind, if you're selling on Amazon, you have to calculate your cost of goods, your cost of shipping, your cost of your Amazon like account, because it does cost like $50 a month to have an Amazon account. I'm sorry about that notification. And and then you have to like see if it's all worth it. But anyway, just to give you a quick recap, because I have a tendency to ramble and talk, you can sell locally on Facebook Marketplace. You can sell locally to Platos Closet and Once Upon a Child. You can sell online through eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Amazon. You can start your own small business through Etsy, Shopify, and Amazon, or you can just send products into Amazon. So those are some ways where I have earned extra money online. I didn't really have to put in a ton of time. There's a ton of research that I've done, but in terms of actual like time spent doing it, it's not that taxing, so it definitely would be able to fit in with anyone with a regular full-time job. I would definitely just check out the reselling community if you're interested in selling online. If you're interested in selling locally, it's pretty simple. Just look around your house and say, oh, I don't use that anymore. Let me put it up for $5 or $10. Oh, I don't use that anymore. You know, just do stuff like that, and it will get you started. So hopefully this helped you, you know, put a couple extra dollars in your pocket for your next vacation, or just helped you earn a little bit extra money for your family. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below, or you can reach out to me directly through Instagram and DM me. I'm a lot more likely to respond to that. It's harder for me to remember to look at my YouTube comments, but if you want to reach out to me directly, the Instagram link is below. So thank you so much for watching my video and putting up with my rambling nonsense, and I will see you guys real soon.